Hello, my beloved friends. I have some exciting things to tell you about and to just share with you some of the things that have been transpiring over the last many years. One of which, the main thing, is my new website and why I'm sharing that with the world, and the teacher training that is a part of that website that will be launched in January. So that's the essence of this, and I'm telling it to you now because I really want your help in spreading the message about this. Why should you do that? Not just to help me out as an entrepreneur and as somebody who has almost 20 years experience in meditation, who is really passionate about helping people to change their relationship to their mind and find the present moment. But you guys, we're living in a time, and you know this is true, and I'm sending this to you because you are affecting change in your own unique ways. You know, answering the Dharma that you have been called to answer. And there are people right now who want to help the kids out there who are getting addicted to prescription medication for their anxiety and their depression, who are feeling so uncomfortable in their own skin that they're wanting to commit suicide while they're still in high school or younger. The epidemic of self-worth issues in this culture, of the instant gratification, of the addiction issues, and our youth turn into us, into adults. Somehow I made it through my own suffering of alcoholism and addiction. My primary addiction was to seeking the meaning of life, which led me here, actually. But I had to let go of a lot of the comfort and the dependability I had on my mind being constantly in the seeking mode, and the discomfort of the actual finding. And thank God I found effective tool and guidance, both in this lifetime, to assist me in the healing process. Sobriety has been part of that. Actual spiritual practice has been part of that. And so now I have friends who've lost children, who are losing children, and losing maybe not even yet to suicide or to a life riddled with constant chasing after that sense of relief, but losing them into video games and into this indoctrination that we all have, which tells us that our worth and our connection and our good is outside of ourselves. So information isn't enough, and we know that information isn't enough. And I'm really excited to tell you that a couple years ago, I had started having professionals, counselors, therapists, school teachers, college professors, yoga teachers, and nonprofit folks asking me if I could teach them how to teach meditation. I would often reply, no, that's not my job. That's my teacher's job. He trains the teachers of the world. But last year, I had the hit to actually talk to my teacher about that and see if that was a truth or just a belief I had. While it's true that my teacher is the teacher of teachers for our lineage and for that particular flavor of meditation and consciousness exploration, he actually gave me the graces to go ahead and create a teacher training for basic meditation and open-eyed practice techniques that would allow for these professionals who were coming to me to implement these practices with their clients, their colleagues, and in their own lives, maybe most importantly. So I ran a group of half a dozen people through a live version. I learned a lot. Those folks are now in their various ways in their different life experiences, sharing meditation and open-eyed practices with their loved ones, with their colleagues, with their students, with their clients. and making an impact on consciousness. So I took this thing to the next level. I was guided to put it online, and while I believe that live in-person stuff, there's nothing that can replace that, I also really deeply, as a teacher, as a student, and as a single mom, wanted to give what I've got to give to the best of my ability through this virtual immersion that will be some recorded and PDFs, but also interactive Facebook group and live calls and training. So the meditation teacher training again is going to launch in January, and I really am hoping that if you know someone who feels the way that we do about the expansion of consciousness and wants to confidently and effectively explore their own relationship with the present moment, with the still silent witness within, and also is called to effectively and confidently share those kinds of practices with their world, with their community, with their students, then I hope that you will encourage them to at least take a look at this. One way that they can do that is just to go to the website, which is rodasicampbell.com, and just look through the information under courses and the meditation teacher training. Right now I have a basic outline up there. The actual full course isn't available yet. Then on January 5th, I think it is, I will be having a Facebook Live event where I'll answer any questions and walk people through the ins and outs of how the 6-month process is going to go. I will probably open that opportunity up a couple of times this year as it gains traction, momentum, and the word spreads. But please, if you are a part of the change that you wish to see in this world, and not just, and you know that it can't just be about this education, right? It can't just be about the information. It has to be experiential. We have to implement these things. Then I hope that you will afford others the opportunity to look at this really beautiful chance to get clarity, to become confident and clear in their own experience of the present moment and their own experience of practicing meditation, and in especially for folks who might already be kind of in that realm and sharing meditative techniques with others, but not doing it themselves and not sure if they're actually making headway with people, you know, and they want some confidence and some qualification, really, you know. So you can contact me on Facebook. People can send me messages there on Facebook Messenger, Rodasi Campbell. Go to the website and drop a message at the website, or my email is rodasisheaven@gmail.com, rodasisheaven@gmail.com. Also, I'm going to open up my calendar for live calls, whether it be on Zoom or FaceTime or just a phone chat, so that anybody who wants to do this and make the investment, which is $1,200, and I am actually going to offer it for a discounted rate during the live, I guess you could call it a webinar, the live event that I'm going to do virtually on January 5th. So that anybody who wants to do it will then, at that point, for taking action immediately and not letting the mind stop you for, you know, stepping into this grace and this possibility and becoming a clearer conduit for change and expansion of consciousness on the planet. I will reward them with a 25% discount. I am open also, please know this and please share this with the people that you share this information with, to other creative ways of making this happen for folks who are the main thing is that somebody has to be sincere about their own practice, even if they're not in this moment but want to be, and really wanting to affect change. And if they are, then I know that they'll find a way to pay for it, whether that's asking for their community to contribute to it so that they can then promise that they'll teach X number of classes, or getting a sponsorship, or whatever the case may be. But making this investment in one's own experience, as well as in the beauty and the power of being clear and confident and knowing that you're effectively going to share techniques with the world, our youth, our families, wherever you are in your life, whatever you're doing, to be able to take it to the next level and take a load off and help others do the same. Really finding how to shift attention to the most peaceful quality and to recognizing the magic and the ease that's already here for us. If you aren't a person who's interested and never would take this kind of a training, that's no problem. But if someone comes on your radar that you think of, that you get the intuitive hit to share it with, please just go for it and share it. If you are one of the people who feels like this might be right up your alley, I hope that you will take advantage right now. And I would extend the same 25% discount to you right now. Just contact me any number of ways and say that you watched this video and you're ready to rock and roll. And I'll get you started immediately, even though the doors to the actual training aren't opening until January 15th. Okay, so this is the time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. The people who are on top aren't going to be the ones to do it. This is the second coming of Christ, as they say. There will be many Buddhas awakening. We are part of this process, and we can help make it less choppy and dark and scary for the rest of the world, for those who really want to come awake. And I implore you, and I thank you, and I really just want to thank you for your time and attention. This is such a beautiful way for me to surrender ego and to allow things to come to the next level, to be seen in this way, to really give everything I've got to give. I'm very proud of all the work I've put into this so far. I'm very humbled and amazed by my own practice and by the support I have. And I want to thank you for your role in my life, for your witness to the life that has unfurled from great darkness and sorrow into great peace and passionate aliveness and a sense of connection and fulfillment that is not contingent on the outcomes in my life. It's not conditional. The conditions in my life sometimes in the last few years have been really difficult. And yet my practice and the actual experience of that quiet seat of the self has been very intact, and I want that for everyone. We do this thing together. We rise together. I have needed many of you to look me in the eye when I was in a moment of forgetfulness and doubt, to say, you got this, girl. What's the experience like of the most peaceful quality of right now? In the various ways that you have said these things to me. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, for my teacher, for my practice, for the grace of the universe, of God. Thank you for taking the time to watch and let this radiate through you. And thank you for, please, whoever you need to share this with, however you feel called to share this, whether it's live or privately, please do so. RhodasiCampbell.com is where the course is at. January 5th, I'll be doing a Facebook Live on my Facebook, as well as probably doing a Zoom call that will be recorded so that it can be shared in various places to get people's questions answered. That'd be a great time if anybody has questions about the teacher training. But also, please feel free to contact me at rodasisheaven@gmail.com, or in a private Facebook message, and just let me know that you're inquiring after the meditation teacher training. All right? So much love to you. a warrior of peace and light and expansion of consciousness. And thank you for your part in that, however you're playing that out in this lifetime. All my love and many blessings.